Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up, guys? So, yeah, today we will have the final race of F1 2013. Is this season finale, and it's also the championship decider or the title decider. This stream, as we are racing in Brazil, it's Hamilton going to be against Vettel. I think Hamilton has a 14 points gap to Vettel, who is in second place. So if Hamilton just has to finish at least P4 and he will win the championship. If he finishes outside of that, then Vettel has to win, So Vettel has to win, and then Hamilton has to finish at least outside the top 4 in order to Vettel to win the championship. But yeah, let me just start up the game. So I actually can begin. Where is it? Okay, there it is. I got it. Okay, yeah, I'm excited to see if Hamilton can win it. Although I think he's going to be the one who wins it. I mean, 14 seconds is a pretty significant gap. I mean, 14 points is a pretty significant gap. And he just has to finish in the top 4. Even if Vettel wins, if Hamilton is P4, then Hamilton is going to win the title. But we will have a look at it in a moment. Let me swap over to the other screen. And let's go to the career. And yeah, of course, we will also have one upgrade. Some brake related upgrade, but yeah, so this is the standings between Hamilton and Vettel, just 14 points. Then we have Rosberg in third place, who really helped out Hamilton in the previous race at the United States Grand Prix, because he managed to take third position away from Vettel in yesterday's race. Webber was, I think he finished P5 yesterday. It's kind of surprising because the Red Bulls did well. I mean, Vettel qualified on pole position yesterday, and Hamilton ended up winning from P5 by like 40 seconds. Like, he just completely dominated the United States Grand Prix yesterday. And then, of course, we had great performance from Alonso. And who else was? Well, I mean, Gutierrez, yeah. Him and Hülkenberg did a pretty good job. Both of them finished in the top 10 in 8th and 9th place, I think. Because it was Button and Perez in P7 and P6 and P7 yesterday. And yeah, I finished P18. Unfortunately, Bottas is ahead of me before the final race. In the Driver Championship, he finished, I think, P14 yesterday, and with that, he overtook me. So, of course, it doesn't really matter, but I guess it would have been nice to finish ahead of one of the faster cars, And the Constructor Championship will not really change, because, well, there is a pretty big gap between Mercedes and Red Bull. So it's very likely that this is going to be a double title for Mercedes, Constructor Champions and Driver Champions as well. Although a lot of things can happen, so I think both Hamilton and Vettel had retirements this season. So if that happens, then Vettel doesn't have to win. If Hamilton retires, Oh, the garage did not render. That's interesting. It happens sometimes for some reason. I don't know if this is going to break the game though, so... Okay, so let me go back to the career menu just to see if it's going to fix it. Usually it does if I reload the session, you know. It's going to fix the load issue. I don't know, it did not happen, this career mode. So far. But it should be fixed now, I think. Yep. It did indeed work. Okay, so you have to do the R&D test. Yep. R&D objective. Actually, let me change the setup. Spend more than 9.7% of a flying lap using your brakes. And then you have to beat the target time. And reduce the brake wear by 5%, but such an irrelevant upgrade. So, yeah. Let's do it. I guess this is more like a upgrade for the next year's car, you know, like teams do that sometimes, or actually every season end that, you know, let's use some extra fuel because we can. But yeah, teams do this. They put on the upgrades at the end of the season. And these are of course supposed to be for the 2014 season, you know. This was not that good. But it's not good. Can I even do the... yeah. I don't think I can unless I brake really hard at the line. Okay, it was not enough. I don't care. Let me restart the session. And then I'm going to skip it. I don't care about the upgrade. Doesn't really matter. Retire from session, yes please. Ooh, it rained. Okay. It's Rosberg and Hamilton. P1 and P2 in the first, I mean the last practice session, because it's usually the last practice session in these early games. There is no first and second, it's just the third. Okay, chance of rain 0% for now, at least for this Q1. Is my teammate, I think he's, yep, he's leaving the pit. It goes out early, just like the Force India. Both Force Indias actually. Restan, Sutil and Pick. There is someone else leaving as well. I guess that's going to be one of the Maruchas maybe. But yeah, as usual, I will wait until the last 5 minutes. Hopefully it's not going to rain or anything like that. Like it says there is 0. And on the race it might rain. 33% 2%. Like, we had rain yesterday at the very end of the United States Grand Prix. But it was like the last 2 laps, you know, so it was kind of a too late, you know, rain. Yeah, of course I did not do the last one. The rest is the fastest. Although I think my teammate is ahead of them in on the track. Yeah. So the rest might be held up on the last sector. Like, he's right behind my teammate, I think. Although he will overtake, I think, into the first corner, but I think he was held up by my teammate a lot.
Track is pretty empty right now, lots of space.
Yeah, it was indeed Di Resta, a lot faster than my teammate, and it did beat Sutil. Who's going to be the other driver? Sets a lap time. Okay, so it's Di Resta, Vergne, Sutil, Ricciardo, Chilton and Pick. So far. Most of the drivers are out on the track. Well, the front runners are not yet. No, Hamilton, Rosberg, Button, Webber and Vettel. Of course, the most important are Vettel and Hamilton. Grosjean is out. Perez as well. Alonso, who has been having a pretty good season end, you know. Like, he won at Abu Dhabi. And he also did really well yesterday. Finished second place. He's doing the most the car can do. Hülkenberg is leaving as well. Okay, of course, Alonso takes the fastest first sector by far. 17.5 seconds. Perez, fastest second sector. That was actually. Alonso takes it away from him right away. He's like half a second quicker than Perez in the second sector. Perez, and Alonso is over a second quicker overall. Grosjean, over 6 tenths away from Alonso's lap time. But I guess that lap time is going to be enough to, you know, make it into the second part. I mean, most of the grid isn't exactly a threat to the Lotus car in terms of pace. Although yesterday, Grosjean did not set a lap time. Not just Grosjean, but Perez and Bottas as well. This allowed me to get into the second part of the qualifying, which was a first during this career. It was, of course, a kind of a lucky thing, but, you know, I take it. I actually did not go out on the second part of qualifying, you know, in Q2, because there is just no point. There is just no point. And my teammate finished P17 in yesterday's qualifying, but he had some sort of a issue with his car and retired. Vettel fastest first sector. Never mind, Rosberg has the fastest first sector now. Just a bit ahead of Alonso's lap time. Hamilton goes up into P1. But yeah, Alonso can definitely interfere with the championship, because recently he has been doing really well. Like, he was pretty much the only one yesterday who could, you know, kind of keep up with Hamilton. But even then, he was still like 40 seconds away. Vettel, second place. 29 thousandths of a second slower. Rosberg up to P1. Okay, Massa not bad, P5. Hülkenberg P7, Raikkonen, Perez, Di Resta, Vergne, Gutierrez, Sutil, Ricciardo, Button, Maldonado, Bottas, Bianchi, Chilton, and Pick. Oh, did Button improve? Yep, he did. Up to P9 he goes. My teammate is behind the two Marussia cars. And Bottas kind of set a very slow lap time when you compare it to Maldonado, you know. Like that's a lap time that maybe we can beat. Maybe we can beat that lap time, but I don't know. We will see how the car goes, or how the car performs on this track. Webber P5, Massa, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Button, Raikkonen, Perez, Di Resta, Ricciardo, Vergne, Gutierrez, and Sutil. I mean, the two Williams cars are kind of too slow, you know. Like, there is a pretty big difference, because Sutil is 1.6 seconds lower than the lap time of Hamilton or of Rosberg. Meanwhile, Maldonado is over 3 seconds slower, so I don't think that Maldonado or Bottas can make it out of the first part of qualifying. Alonso out on the track, and Grosjean as well, and Webber as well. Ricciardo, Vergne, P13, P14. Yeah, I think those guys up to, I mean, down to P16 is going to be through to the second part. Because realistically, the only drivers who could, how do I say it, like, do a better lap time would be Maldonado or Bottas, but Maldonado improved, and Bottas as well, okay. Like, he's still 2 tenths away from Sutil. There is still plenty of time, so one of the Williams cars might make it. My teammate also improved. He went ahead of Bottas for a bit before Bottas had a really good lap time, but yeah, I guess the two Williams cars were held up during their fast lap or something. That's why they were kind of slow. Because Bottas is kind of close to the lap time of Sutil. But I guess Sutil will also improve, you know. I mean, he's leaving the track, so he will most likely improve just like the Williams cars. the two McLarens. I mean, the two Mercedes cars are out on the track. Alonso as well, and a lot of drivers out on the track actually. Massa, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Button, Raikkonen, Perez, Piresta, Gutierrez and Sutil as well. Like maybe, you know, Verne, Gutierrez and Sutil should set a new lap time or try to improve. But I think Ricardo and the rest and the others are safe from the two Williams cars. Okay, the Williams cars returned. I guess they will go out again, because there is over 7 minutes left, so plenty of time. Plenty of time. I mean, that would be really bad for Vettel if Rosberg and Hamilton managed to outqualify him. Like, even if Vettel wins, Hamilton can just finish P4, still win the championship. So, you know. I mean, if Hamilton finishes P5 and Vettel wins, then he will win the championship by just 1 point. So, no matter what, Vettel has to win. He has to win. Okay, Bottas is leaving again. And both Marussia cars are also out on the track. I guess they will improve a bit, since, you know, the session has been ongoing for a while.
A lot of cars out on track. We might need to wait for a gap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of cars. Lot of cars. I'm really hoping that I won't get held up, you know, during my my fast lap. A lot of cars are returning to the track. I mean, returning to the pits. Big setup. Okay, let's go. See, my teammate is coming back to the pits. Maybe we see. Okay, no, he left for a quick lap. Okay. Oh, the handling is so weird in the pits. I don't know why. Like, the car is turning more than what you turn the wheel. Kind of strange. And of course, as usual, the objective is P19. For me. Of course, the team wants me to qualify P18, but that's not going to happen. I mean, this is a short track, so, you know, the gap is going to be shorter than what usually is. Yeah, the DRS zone is pretty short in the first, I mean the main straight. Compared to what it is today. Oh, I spun out. God damn it.
That was a big impact. Let me know you're okay.
Okay, not a good ending. I opened the DRS. God damn it. I opened the DRS a bit too early. Yeah, because you can open the DRS during the corner, and I was also pressing the cars. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I'm not going to do a flashback because, you know, that's kind of cheating. In a way, I mean, it was my mistake. I swap to a different. Yeah. I also opened it so in a really weird angle, you know, like I open it like right here. And then I'm going towards the wall. So I kind of have to turn sharply. And because of that, the rear end of the car is just loose and yeah. I go in the wall. My mistake. Such a stupid mistake, but it is what it is. Retire, yes please. Yeah. Okay, my teammate was out-qualified by Chilton. And it was indeed the two Mercedes cars, I mean the two Williams cars that ended up dropping out of Q1. Yeah, such a stupid mistake by me. Yeah, they are not too happy with that. The Marussia car is in the pits, like right behind me. He's kind of stuck. That's interesting. He was like in the middle of the road. But yeah, the game behaves kind of weirdly when you conclude the session, you know. Kind of has to simulate a result every time, you know, something like that happens. When you crash out or something like that, you know. But yeah, let's see who ended up qualifying on first place. And it's going to be Hamilton ahead of Vettel. Hamilton ahead of Vettel. And he has a 14 points gap. And then we have Rosberg, Alonso, Webber, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Perez, Massa and Button. Then Verne, Ricardo, Hülkenberg, Sutil, Di Resta, Gutierrez, Maldonado, Bottas, Chilton, my teammate, me and, I mean Bianchi and me on last place. Ooh. Okay, how many laps? 71. 71 laps, okay. So Hamilton pole position ahead of Vettel. I mean, Vettel can take the lead at any time, of course, if he has the pace, maybe even into turn 1. And then just run away with the victory, but that's not going to be enough. Like, if Vettel wins, Hamilton needs to finish at least P5, and then he will lose the championship.
It's been a tough season. Let's try to end it on a high.
Yeah, it's not a good end to the season so far. Crashing in qualifying. Okay, my teammate dropped back a bit. Let's try to retake some positions. Bottas, P18. Trying to be really careful not to damage the car or the front wing. Oh man. Oh, there's a lot of movement ahead with the two Force Indias fighting. I hate when the AI waves into the inside line, you know. Hate that shit so much. Because sometimes they move in front of you under braking. Thanks, Laville. Thank you. I try to do my best. Had a pretty shitty qualifying. Ended up crashing out. Without setting a lap. Hello, Zoe. What's up? What's up, Zoe? What's up? What's up? Oh yeah, Bottas is faster than me. But I mean, we are kind of going to be doing better this race. Because the track is kind of short, so... we are not losing 5 seconds per lap. We are only losing like 3 seconds per lap. Compared to the leaders, you know. But yeah, I went a bit too wide. At least the objective is 21st place, which is going to be easy. I mean, I can only keep Bottas behind as long as there is no DRS. Because next lap he's going to overtake me with DRS, yeah. Like I cannot escape from the DRS zone. I went a bit too wide again. Need to be careful with that. Like, of course, the car is very heavy at this point because of all the fuel, so need to be mindful of that. I mean, the only place where he could actually make a move would be turn 1, but the DRS zone in this part is very short, so it's unlikely that he will get me. Alonso fastest lap. Hamilton is leading still. I mean, actually I did put a bit of a distance between myself and Bottas. So it would be fantastic if I manage to get out of the DRS detection range. Like, of course I can't keep up with Gutierrez and the others, but yeah, Bottas closes in that sector a lot because of all the corners. Okay, I'm out of cars. It's not good. But he's way too far, yeah. Raikkonen fastest lap.
You're doing well. It's coming together for us. We're 4 places up on our prediction.
Yeah, the DRS zones are just way too short. Oh, someone retired already. Did not see it. Who was it? I'm going to have a look in a second. I did see it on the minimap that Hamilton has a bit of a lead ahead of Vettel, if Vettel is in second place. Okay, let's use up all the curse. I try to save most of my curse for this segment. Although I think I was outside. Maybe not. Because the DRS detection point is actually not before the last corner, but almost at the DRS activation point, you know? Kind of weird. Very close to the finish line. I mean, we have the same tires as Bottas, so the strategy is going to be the same. He does have the better car though. Yeah, the DRS detection point is not here. It's going to be further above, or ahead, I should say. It's here, yeah. Yeah, like he's using DRS, but luckily he's not close to me. Actually, let me look at the race. Oh shit! Hamilton is leading ahead of Raikkonen and Alonso. Vettel lost a shit ton of positions again. Well, I mean 2 positions, but you know. Grosjean P5, Rosberg, Perez, Button, Vergne. Oh, Webber retired. Yeah. Bro. What a way. That's very unfortunate. Because this is the last race of Mark Webber. And he's already out. What was his lap? Okay, so he retired on lap 5. Damn. What a way to retire from F1, you know, like after... I mean, he joined F1 in 2002 with Minardi. Such a shame. His last race only lasted 5 laps. It's kind of similar to how it was for Coulthard. I think he couldn't even get a 1 lap in, you know, like he retired on the first lap in 2008. And now Webber also retires on his very last race in Formula 1. After this, he goes to Porsche in the World Endurance Championship in 2014, if I remember correctly. Oh, that was not a good exit. Yeah, Bottas is close. I think it's going to be enough. Yeah. Like this DRS zone is very short. Raikkonen takes the lead. Holy shit. So is he going to win his second race this season? That should be crazy. Because in the previous 2 races he had really bad luck. He had a car issue in Abu Dhabi, and I guess the same thing happened at the United States Grand Prix, although he did have a collision with someone on the opening lap, so yeah, it was not a good race for him yesterday, but he's leading the race today, so you know, I'm kind of hoping that he would win, you know, the race, the Iceman. Like in the Real 2013 season, he won at the Australian Grand Prix. He also did the same in this career mode. That was his second and last victory for Lotus. But now he set the fastest lap. Of course, he's on the same, you know. Oh, I used... Oh, shit. Yeah. It was silly of me. I used up a lot of cars. Yeah, we are putting a big distance between, you know, the Marussia cars and my teammate, who is currently running last place. But he's on a alternative strategy though. Like he's on the prime tires. Yeah, it was a very stupid mistake of me. But I used up half of my cars instead of keeping it for, you know, for this straight. Like I use some, you know, some cars here, but I keep most of it for the long straight. Like so far Bottas has no way of actually attacking me. Like he just simply cannot get closer. Alonso, fastest lap. So it might be, you know, a Raikkonen and Alonso fight for the win of this race. Hopefully the tire wear is going to be alright. Like it was really bad at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, unfortunately. It's Maldonado, I guess, and I don't know who is that. Maybe like another Toro Rosso, or maybe it's Gutierrez. Like previously, it was Gutierrez ahead. Although I would expect Gutierrez to be able to, you know, pull away from from Maldonado before he could actually attack or anything like that. Yeah, Raikkonen is still
Slightly slower than you. He's starting to drop behind.
leading. Oh, so that's why he's dropping back. Okay. Yeah, that's why Bottas was kind of... That's why he's dropping back, because he's in lean mix. Maybe the AI underfused their car a bit. Or, I don't know. Like for every race we pick the cautious fuel levels. That would be nice, you know, if Raikkonen ended up winning his last race for Lotus. But I guess they might not be too happy about that, because they had this really strange contract with Raikkonen, you know, that for every point he scores, he gets like a bonus amount of money. And Raikkonen did score a lot of points in 2012 and 2013 for Lotus. I mean, he won 2 races as well, you know, in those 2 years. So I think actually, I think Raikkonen didn't actually get paid for that, because Lotus went bankrupt, you know. I guess they could have, I mean, Raikkonen could have sued them for, you know, for breaking the contract, but he did not do that, because, you know, a lot of workers at the Lotus team would not have been paid, you know. So that was nice of Raikkonen. Bottas is kind of closer by just 0.2 than before. I mean, my tires are not exactly new, but the same goes for his tires. He also has options. So we will most likely pit on the same lap. Hopefully we won't be jumped by him during the pit stop. Yeah, he's getting closer and closer every lap at the exit of the last corner. It's kind of worrying. Gutierrez P16. So it was Gutierrez ahead of Maldonado. Then he can't really put a gap between himself and Maldonado. Yeah, Bottas is getting closer and closer. I mean, yeah, like my tires cannot do the same pace as before. But I think if you're driving behind another F1 car for this long, I mean, he has been behind me for like 15 laps, I think. 14 laps. Your tires will start to overheat a bit because you are not running in clean air. But I guess this game doesn't really model that. Like your engine will overheat if you are driving behind someone and using the rich mix. Okay, so yeah, he's using rich mix. That's why he's closing in so much. Or getting closer every lap. But he's still too far. To actually attack. Trying to get as good of an exit as I can, but okay, he was a bit further on the exit than before. I just need to make sure I don't get on the curb on the exit. Oh, someone pitted. Ricardo. It's kind of early. So I guess he had a collision with someone or something. Or maybe he had a penalty. I don't know. It's possible that he had a drive-through penalty or something. I went really wide. I went really wide. I have to pit on lap 21. Bottas was really close. I had a bad exit. I mean, the tires are already kind of too hot or too worn out. Yeah, that was wide. Like, I kind of prefer to, you know, let the car roll into the corner, you know, instead of braking and then slowing down to the perfect speed. I just like to brake a bit and then let the car roll into the corner or through the corner, you know. He just managed to avoid the curb on the outside. Yeah, he's too far, okay. He's not going to attack. Like, he's closest here, but yeah, he's not close enough to actually attack or to gain too much. And of course, he's definitely not going to make a move in this in the second sector. Like, he's obviously a lot quicker than me here. Oh yeah, he's kind of close. He had a great exit. It's not good. But this DRS zone is really short, so yeah. Definitely not enough for an attack. I mean, we will pit on the same lap, so I can lose the position to him if the pit stop is long or something. There was some debris in that corner. He's getting closer and closer. Like, the AI tire is just simply not as bad as for the player. Especially since, you know, I use a keyboard. So I can't really be precise with my throttle input. Yep. You have to pit. Okay, so Raikkonen is going for the longer stint. They put primes on his tires, I mean on his car. Okay, time for a pit stop. And Bottas, it stayed out. That's, I mean, Maldonado is the first driver. That's how it works in this game, you know, always the first driver pits, or the number one driver gets to the pit stop first. Except for the player team. Because even if you are the number 2 driver, then you will pit first. Massa is P17, what is going on? Whoa. What the hell happened? Massa is P17. Like, Webber already retired. So it cannot be Massa, who also... Or maybe he has car issues. Like, the Ferrari was kind of unreliable this season. At least in this career mode. Yo, what's up, Alexa? What's up? Or Alexa. I don't know how to pronounce your name. But yeah, what's up, Alexa? Okay, that's Bottas in the pits. Alonso is leading. Managed to take the position away from Raikkonen. So he might score another victory. But Raikkonen is the fastest right now. And we managed to put a decent distance between us and Bottas with this pit stop. Maybe we can actually keep this distance. It's like 2.5 seconds to Bottas. Yeah, 2.5, yeah. 2.5. Oh, I'm the first one who said it correctly. So I guess it's Alexa, right? Like with a K, not a X. Like it's not Alexa, but Alexa. But I wasn't sure how to, pronounce it. But I got it right, I guess. Oh, are we being... Yeah, I think we are being lapped already. Okay, Bottas is also pushing. Yeah, that is indeed Alonso, I think. Yep. Oh. I don't want him to overtake me on the main straight. I don't have to really lift too much. Might get DRS from him. Oh, with an S. Okay. Okay. Oh, someone else retired as well. Like the first one was Webber. Unfortunately. Which was a pretty big shame because it's his last race in Formula 1. So it's kind of a shame he retired so early in this race. That's going to be Raikkonen behind me. And yeah, I think it's going to be Alonso who wins this race. He's a lot quicker. Or he has a decent decent distance to, Raikkonen. Okay, that was perfect. I did not have to lift at all. Alonso fastest lap, yep. Not a surprise, to be honest. But DRS, but it doesn't really matter. Can you know my name? Do you mean the online name? You mean like the Schizo Bandit? Or you mean the IRL, in real life name? Yeah, Bottas is dropping back because of all the cars that are, lapping him. Yeah, I have to swap back to the to the normal fuel consumption. Oh, who is this? It's my teammate who is blocking me. Nice. Fantastic. I love the AI so much in this game, bro. Like, they just break on the apex of the corner. Almost managed to take my front wing off, but god damn it. God fucking damn it. We're being led by... is that Grosjean? In third place? No way. What's my real name? I mean, my name is Daniel, like in real life, you know. It is indeed Grosjean. But yeah, like, my name is not exactly a secret, I guess. It's just Daniel, you know. Or Daniel. With an A, you know, not an E, but with an A. Next lap I'm going to check who retired, because I did not see it on the leaderboard on the left. But man, it's such a good race for Lotus. Both of the drivers are on the podium. As usual, the AI is holding up the other AI car. Yeah. That Marusha should get a penalty for that. Okay, thankfully we got behind him on the straight, so you know. Bianchi. Yeah, I think Alonso is going to run away with it. He's going to run away with this race win. If the rain doesn't come, because there was a decent chance for rain. I think it was like 42%. Okay, so Alonso, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Hamilton, Rosberg, Vettel. Vergne is in P7, that's surprising. Sutil P8, Ricciardo P9, and Di Resta P10. It's surprising that both Toro Rossos are in the top 10. Then we have Button, Hülkenberg, Massa, Gutierrez, Maldonado, me, Bottas, Chilton, Bianchi, Pick, and who was the... Oh, Perez retired. Perez retired. And it's also his last race for McLaren. Because he will most likely be my teammate next season at Force India. But for now, I'm having a great race, to be honest. P16 started from last. Although Bottas is closing in a bit. But, you know, the cars that are lapping us are helping me a lot. I think he's also going to be on the primes. Unless he's saving that stint for the last one, you know? Yeah, he's closing in. Let me see if he's on the primes. Yeah. Like, even though that we are on the same tire compound as him, he's still so much quicker. Yeah, he's closing in really quickly. I mean, on this stint he might get me. He might get me. He couldn't get me in the first one, but maybe on this one. Yeah, that's like the best corner for the AI. Like, they have so much grip in that corner. Like, for now I'm not losing that much time in that one corner, but I will once the tire wear starts to kick in. Oh yeah, he's definitely getting closer and closer. 1 second per lap. Holy. Okay, he's very close. Well, thankfully, Hamilton just arrives in time to delay the Bottas overtake. Because maybe he wouldn't have overtaken me in that braking zone. But I think he will get me into turn 1. Like, his exits are so much better. Okay, not close enough. Not close enough. Just yet. And he's further, yeah. He's not going to attack. He's further back. than what he was last lap. He's really close now, yeah. Using up all the cares, and Bottas gets blue flags, so he's going to slow down again, yeah. Like, I think without the help of the, you know, faster cars, he might have overtaken me already with DRS. But it's getting delayed every time there is a car that's slapping him, and me as well, you know. Going to be Rosberg. Mercedes isn't the best car this weekend. Light rain in 50 minutes. So we will definitely go for option tires. Because I think my tires will wear out before the rain arrives, so... Oh, I got DRS, nice. It's going to help me a bit. Like, that can definitely change things up in terms of the performance of the cars, you know. For some drivers it's going to be better, for some it's going to be worse. Just a bit too wide, okay. Just a bit too wide. Lap 46 for the pit stop. Oh, come on. Come on. So far I'm managing to keep Bottas behind. Oh, that was not good. I went too much onto the curb. Oh, is that a Marussia ahead? I think it might be. And Bottas is being lapped by someone. I guess that's going to be Vettel. Yeah, it does look like it. So he's running P6. Yeah, he's not going to win the championship with that by far. The gap is going to be even bigger, you know. But that is a Marussia car ahead of me. Of course, Bottas is not 1 second a lap slower than me. That's stupid. The game just thinks that because Bottas ended up slowing down for Vettel.
Weather report suggests light rain in approximately 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, like it depends on how intense the rain will be or how quickly it will, you know, start to fall. Because maybe it's going to start raining around like lap 49, maybe. But that's just the point where it starts to rain, you know, like it might take 5 more laps until it's actually wet enough for the intermediates. Damn, Chilton getting lapped. And I'm also getting lapped by Vettel. Oh, yeah, he's only running P6. That's not going to be enough, to say the least, for a championship. For now, it's looking like that he is going to lose, and Hamilton will win his 2nd championship. And the 1st championship with Mercedes. It's going to pit in, I mean, Maldonado is going to pit within 5 laps, but they also have to pit on lap 46.
You're pulling out your lead over Bottas. He's lapping half a second slower than you.
I mean, I can risk going lower. I'm going longer, but I don't think it's going to pull off or work. Because if I get a puncture, then I'm going to lose so much time with that. Because if it starts to rain on like lap 49, then it will take like 3 or 4 or 5 laps until it's wet enough. For intermediates. Let me pull down my blinds. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Oh, I'm stupid. I used up. I'm stupid. I used up my cares, or most of it, before the long straight. Yeah, should not have done that. Because if I can keep Bottas behind, I have a chance to actually beat him. Because we usually pit on the same lap. Or just one lap difference, you know, like he stays out one lap longer than me. On used tires. So yeah, I fucked it up big time. I got kind of lucky, because the AI kept weaving instead of choosing a side. Oh, he goes around the outside. Yeah. That was a nice move. That was a really nice move. Oh, we cannot see it. Yeah, we cannot see it anymore, but that was actually a really nice move from Bottas. I tried to, you know, leave him as much space as I can. Didn't want it to be unfair or stuff like that, you know. That was a great move from Valtteri. And you can just see how much quicker he is per lap. He was just being held up by me, basically. Yeah, Chilton is already lapped, so you're not really racing him. I already lapped Chilton, so, and my teammate as well, so yeah. And Bianchi as well. Like, I'm a lot quicker than the other back markers, but not quick enough to actually, you know, compete against anyone from the lower midfield. Rosberg, fastest lap. I mean, the Mercedes cars haven't been doing well in this race too much, although they don't need to. Like, VETTEL is doing even worse, so it's going to be an easy championship for Hamilton if things stay the way they are right now. But there can be a bit of a chaos in the pits, you know, because the AI will pit on the same lap when it's raining, so course, it doesn't really affect me because I'm so far behind them, you know, that I don't think it's going to affect me too much. But it will affect the leaders. Hamilton fastest lap. It looks like they are starting to push and show some pace. Yeah, we have to pit this lap. Someone else already pitted. Is that a... It might be VETTEL. I couldn't really see it, but I think that's going to be VETTEL. Yeah, Bottas already 7 seconds ahead. God damn it. Because we will put on the option tires. Because the rain is going to arrive soon, hopefully. So this is kind of a gamble, but it doesn't really matter because we will finish ahead of the drivers behind me anyway. But maybe we can gain something with this. The options on. There is a Ferrari. That might be Alonso, the race leader. Yeah, it is raining indeed. Okay. The rain actually arrived a bit earlier. Maybe it would have been better to stay out. In retrospect. Yeah, I should have stayed out. I don't know if the AI is... Okay, the AI is still pitting. They ignored the race. I mean the rain. Yeah, I should have stayed out. For a few more laps, like 3 or 4 more laps. Instead of pitting, but... Yeah. Doesn't matter too much, to be honest. I was a bit late with the estimate. Because I was thinking that the rain will come on like lap 49 or something. I mean, to be honest, the race leader is already on lap 49, so I was almost right. Need to keep an eye on the temperature. Okay, my teammate is pitting. Of course, he's also putting on dry tires, just like me. Like, of course, the AI doesn't really have the... It's not really coded to try to do some advanced strategy, you know, by being like, okay, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to stay out until it's wet enough for inters. I mean, it's falling kind of quickly. Yeah, should have stayed out on the primes. I mean, although the grip is still okay. Ish. Still okay. But next lap I might... should I pit next lap? I mean, it's raining very heavily. Not gonna lie. Like, the temperature of the tire is fine. Yeah, it's one of the Toro Rossos. Vergne, P7. It's kind of strange because there is a lot of rain, but the grip is fine. You know? And there is still DRS. So DRS again. Yeah, like the grip is still alright, even though it's raining very heavily. Yeah, I think, yeah, we have to pit. There is going to be a lot of traffic in the pits. Of course, blue flags, so I have to slow down even more. Oh yeah, there is a lot of rain in the last sector. Car definitely lies more there. Be careful not to run in. Okay, was close to rear-ending Raikkonen. Intermediate, please. Yep, it's going to be very busy in the pit. That was a very short stint, and yeah, I do get held up by one car. It was a Ferrari. And that was Alonso, maybe. I can't really see above the driver. Who is it? It's going to be one of the Force Indias behind. Sutil, still in the top 10. Running P9. It's also his last race for Force India, because he's joining Sauber next season. I mean, it does seem like that this is going to be a short stint on the Inters as well, because it's raining very heavily. So I guess another maybe 4 or 5 laps, and we have to pit for wets. I want to look at the race director. So it's Alonso, Raikkonen, Grosjean, just like before. Vettel is ahead of Hamilton, but that's not going to be enough. That is not going to be enough, because Hamilton has a 14 points gap. He did pit 4 times though, so yeah, it's the reason why Vettel is behind him. I mean, Vettel is ahead of him. Massa, P7, Vergne, Sutil, and Hülkenberg. I mean, if Vettel actually manages to climb up, of course he can still win the title, but He needs to win. And Hamilton has to finish P5, yeah, P5 and below.
You need to let the car behind you pass. He's not racing you for position.
But somehow has to get up to the front and win the race in order to become champion. Of course, blue flags again. Although he's going to overtake me, yeah, on the straight. So that would be a nice way for Grosjean to end the championship or the season, you know, with a P3. He does have a few podiums from this season, if I remember correctly. He did have a really bad race weekend yesterday. Ended up not setting a lap time in Q1. And then he crashed on the first lap and retired. Another Force India. Oh, went a bit too deep into that corner. You should overtake me, yeah. The rest of P11. His last race in Formula 1. Well, not actually. But his last race in his career for Force India. Ooh, I went really wide. It's going to be Button, I guess P12. Yep. Oh, almost ended up rear-ending him. Oh, it's raining very heavily. Yep. I was right, yep. You have to pit for the wets because the grip is just not there anymore with the inters. Make sure we fit the wet tires. Decent stop. 3.1. And Bottas is 42 seconds ahead. It's crazy. Oh, yep, kind of wide on the last corner, but it's difficult to see. Like the camera is very, very wet. There is a lot of these drops on it. Kind of blocks the view. And that flag really blocks the view. Oh, we have a problem with cars. Fantastic. That has been a pretty frequent issue. This season. Like we had some issues with the DRS as well. But mostly it was the cars. It was kind of unreliable. Although it doesn't matter in this situation, because I don't need to like push or anything like that. Oh, Vettel is really far behind Rosberg. He's not going to win this championship. Even with this, you know, with this switch to wet conditions. Red Bull just simply was not fast enough this weekend. Going to be another dominant Alonso win, unless he has some issue with the car, which did happen a lot. Like for some reason the Ferrari this season was very unreliable. He couldn't even finish like the first 2 or 3 races in this career mode. Like I don't remember this car being like unreliable. The Ferrari F138, I think that's the name of it. Because Ferrari chooses kind of weird names for their car, you know, like they don't go like, I don't know, let's say Williams for an example, you know, like they always go up by one number. Like they had the, let's say FW11 and then the FW12 and then FW13, you know. But Ferrari doesn't do that. They name the chassis kind of weirdly. But I think this was the F138 chassis in 2013. Went on the grass a bit. Yeah, my teammate isn't exactly a threat. He's already have been lapped by me. So, yeah. He would have to retake his lap from me and then come around again to overtake me for the position. Of course, he's not going to do that, he's way too far. Not going to happen. Bro, they still haven't fixed the cars. Come on. Okay, I just had to mention it. They just fixed it right now. I just had to mention it. Or complain about it. And they fixed it immediately. All I had to do was complain. And the game was like, alright, alright. Oh, it's one of the Marussia cars in front. Either Chilton or Bianchi. Yeah, it's Bianchi running last place. Yeah, he's in a very bad spot. The AI tends to just, you know, get on the apex and slam on the brakes to let you through. It's very annoying, especially when they do that at like a fast corner, you know. Yeah, the engine is wearing out again. Oh, I'm gaining on Bottas. Okay, that's good to know. Although maybe we... Okay, maybe my engineer said that because Bottas is slowing down to let through the lapping cars, you know, or the faster cars. I hope the engine is not going to, like, I don't know, go up in flames or something, because it looks very orange, you know. Like, your car can happen, or can have mechanical issues. You can blow up the engine. But it doesn't really happen randomly, you know, like, you have to go out of your way to do that. Like, it's not like the new F1 games where you can get like a failure of, I don't know, the gearbox or the engine randomly, or kind of randomly. In this game, you have to wear down the engine during the race so much that, you know, it will blow up. Like, there was a bug in the previous game, the F1 2012, in the release version of it, where if you used 3 flashbacks really quickly after each other, your engine would, like, blow up. That was kind of strange, you know. Like, if you use one flashback, that was fine, but if you use the second one, your engine would start smoking. Or it already started to smoke after the first one, or something like that. You could also blow up the car if you swapped down the gears too much. In the previous games, I think that happened to me in, like, F1 2011. Vettel is P5. Yeah, we are gaining a Bottas. So we are better in the race. I mean, in the rain. It's not bad. Good to know. Less than 10 laps to go. Like, I think I have only been lapped once so far. Because of all the pit stops, or... Two cars are coming up, but they are going to be faster cars. We are not going to be fighting for position. Yeah, the engine doesn't sound very good, unfortunately, but I think it's going to hold. I hope. Until the end. It is going to be Hamilton, P6, I think. Oh, come on. Yeah. So neither Hamilton or Vettel was quick in this race. Like Hamilton had pole position, but he just doesn't have the pace during the race to win or to compete. But the same goes for Rosberg, he's also only P3, so... Like, Mercedes can already start celebrating the Constructors' Championship. Because they have like a 40 points gap, so you know. Something like that. And soon they can celebrate the championship of Lewis Hamilton as well, because it does look like that he's going to win the title. Even if Hamilton retires, he's going to win by 4 points if Vettel finishes P10. I mean P5, I mean, yeah. Not P10, but P5. Because you get 10 points for finishing 5th. Like only a podium could save Vettel. Because the gap between them currently in the championship is 14 points. And if Vettel managed to finish 3rd place, then he would be the champion by 1 point. So that's the only position. That's like, you know, well, not the only position, you know, like even if he finished 2nd or he won, he would win the championship, but you know, he has to finish at least 3rd to win this. That's going to be Massa, maybe. Alonso. I don't want to drive behind him because then it's even worse, you know. I can barely see anything. Okay, so Bottas started to pull the gap, unfortunately. So I am indeed not quicker than Bottas, even in the rain, it doesn't really matter. I guess he was just very slow because of how he had to let go the faster drivers. Like Alonso might end up lapping Vettel. It would be crazy. Oh, wasn't paying attention. Oops. Like in Race Director, I unfortunately cannot see the gaps between the cars. But it does look like that the first three, Alonso, Raikkonen and Grosjean, are a lot faster than everyone else around this track. And in these conditions. The tires are starting to wear out. Can't really put them on my foot like I used to be doing before. But of course they will last until the end of the Grand Prix. Which is like 3 laps for me, so I have been lapped twice now, so. Or at least twice. It could be 3 laps, but I don't know. And another Marussia car ahead. Okay, so this is actually the last lap. So yeah, okay. This was the last lap in Caterham for me. We come across the line to finish P17. Started from last, but I mean, the car wasn't bad, you know. Like, of course, the track is very short, so I was kind of closer to the lower midfield, but you know, it was a great result for us, P17 and P18. Chilton and Bianchi P19 and P20. And yeah, Perez, Webber retired. And of course, both of them are leaving the team. Of course, Webber is retiring from Formula 1, so his race lasted like 5 laps. Unfortunately, that was a shame, you know, to end a career like his in such a way, but you know, it didn't really work out. In this career mode, in real life, I don't know where he finished, but I do remember that he took off his helmet on the cooldown lap, and he got like some sort of a, you know, penalty for that. Like, not a money penalty, or what do you call it? Like a, I don't know how to say it in English, but yeah. And Perez, of course, he's leaving McLaren. I think he's going to be my teammate next year at Force India, but we will see. And it's Alonso who wins by over 30 seconds. Crazy good weekend from him again. Raikkonen P2 and Grosjean P3, kind of unexpected to see, you know, the 2 Lotus cars. And we have Rosberg in P4. I mean, he kind of got close to Grosjean, you know, he wasn't that far, but yeah, we have Vettel and Hamilton. Hamilton is the champion. Hamilton is the 2013 Drivers' Champion, and Mercedes is the Constructor Champion this season. Massa P7, who already got lapped. Then we have Hülkenberg, Vergne and Sutil for the top 10. Di Resta P11, Button P12, Gutierrez P13, Ricciardo, Maldonado, Bottas, me, Pick, Chilton, Bianchi, and Perez and Webber. That was... I mean, Vettel needed to finish at least on the podium in this scenario, you know, to actually win the Drivers' Championship. But, you know, actually had to... He had like a decent chance, but I think he had some DNFs earlier, I think at the first round of the season. He might have won there if the car didn't give up on him, but yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah.
Well, that's the end of a tough season. Not a single point all year. Let's show people what you're capable of next season.
Well, of course, no points, but I don't know why the engineers pointed out that we did not score any points. Well, of course, because we are in a Caterham. Like, that team never scored any points. But yeah, it's Hamilton who wins the Drivers' Championship with 12 points. Vettel did close down the gap a bit, but wasn't enough to say the least. Rosberg finishes 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. And then we have Alonso P4, Webber P5. Of course, he did not score any points this race. He didn't even finish it. Raikkonen P6, Grosjean P7. They had an amazing end to the season with this double podium finish. Hülkenberg P8, Perez just loses out to Hülkenberg by 2 points. The same goes for Massa. Massa is also 2 points behind Hülkenberg. Then we have bottom, Di Resta, Vergne. Vergne almost ended up beating Di Resta in the Drivers' Championship. Then we have Sutil with 13 points, Maldonado 8 points, Gutierrez 7 points, and Ricciardo is the only point scorer. Well, Bottas beats us at the end. He's P18 and P19. Pick, Chilton, and Bianchi. And of course, Mercedes just takes the Constructors' Championship as well by 50 points. That's a pretty big gap, not gonna lie. But I mean, look at the gap between, you know, Mercedes and Lotus, over 200 points. Ferrari is P4. They could not beat Lotus to 3rd place. McLaren P5. Sauber P6, almost with 100 points. And then we have Force India P7, Toro Rosso P8, Williams, Caterham, and us. I mean, Marussia in P11. So the objective was achieved, you know. Like, we did beat Marussia to P10 in the Constructors' Championship, and I also finished ahead of my teammates. So, you know, it was a great season. But yeah, what a win for Alonso. Fastest laps 0, of course. Average finishing position 16th. No wins, no points. Well, we did not beat the rival, of course, but we did beat the teammate. We achieved some of the objectives, you know. I mean, the highest position we finished was like P14, I think. Like twice. And of course the intro plays, you know, for the new team that I'm going to be driving for. Force India, but of course that's going to take place in the 2014 game. You know, so don't mind, you know, Di Resta being my teammate, because he's not even going to be on the grid next season. Yeah. Oh, they are pushing out upgrades really quickly. Yeah, but what a win for Hamilton. Okay. me swap over to the other screen. Also, let me exit the game. Hold on, let me do this. I want to look up where Webber finished. Oh, he finished on the podium. Okay, that was a pretty good end for him, you know, on the last on his last outing in F1. You know, he finished on the podium. It's going to be like this. Maybe no. Of course, there is an ad. It doesn't. I can't really find the video I want, you know. And he's like driving without the helmet. Yeah, like I cannot find it. But actually, that is what it's like, a very bad quality. It's super bad. Last. Yeah. Oh, he fell off the podium as well. That's interesting. They don't know that. Well, he didn't really fall off the podium. He just, yeah, he fell. Oh yeah, this one. I got it. I got it. Finally. Oh, not this one. I wanted to swap to this one. This one, please. Okay. It should load in without. Yeah. Yeah, this is the moment that I mentioned, you know, that Vettel drove. I mean, Webber drove without his helmet on the cooldown lap during the last race. Yeah. I don't know if someone has did this before, like in the modern era of F1, you know. Like he most likely got some sort of a punishment for this, like he had to pay maybe like a fine or something, because you can't really do that, it's illegal. But, you know, it was his last race, so who cares? Like he didn't care, obviously. He certainly had a better end in real life than in the game. Because he finished P3, I think, at the Brazilian Grand Prix on his last race. Yeah. Oh, and he also had such a iconic, you know, design with this yellow on top, the blue, the red. But yeah. Okay, so let me turn this off. Properties and okay. Let me swap over to the other screen. And yeah, let's conclude the live. So, I mean, it was a alright race. We once again had some retirements, which definitely helped me finish higher than I could. But yeah, P17 in the last race for Caterham. Of course, next year I will be driving for Force India. So I'm kind of excited about that because it's going to be a great team. We can actually fight for points and podiums. or hopefully podiums as well. In real life, they did score 2 or maybe 1 podium. At least 1 podium, I should say, because they did finish 3rd thanks to Perez at the Bahrain Grand Prix, I think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So we're finally in a car that's actually good, not a shitbox. Tomorrow I might do another stream of F1 Manager 24 to complete or to continue with the Nissan career. We have some upgrades on the way. Of course, it's not going to be ready for Jeddah, but hopefully it's going to improve after that. I think it's going to be the Chinese Grand Prix after it, or maybe the Japanese. I don't know. We will see. So yeah, I think I will do another stream of F1 Manager just to continue with the Nissan career. There might be a bit of a gap until I begin the 2014 game, because I need to do some testing. I want to use a database mode which makes the AI better or makes the gaps between teams more realistic, or it makes the performance of the cars more realistic. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's stream. See you next time. Bye bye.